Welcome to the Nintendo Wiretap for Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. On today's episode, we are taking a look at two things that happened during today's Nintendo Direct, and I'm pretty darn happy about it. So, without further ado, let's take a look. Alright folks, the Nintendo Direct is over. It's 50 minutes. There was a lot of filler, but at the same time, there was a lot of really cool stuff announced. But today, we are focusing on two specific announcements. Not Smash, but Zelda. That's right, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is coming to the Nintendo Switch as an HD remaster. Now, this is fantastic because the game initially came out on the Nintendo Wii with a max resolution of 480p. So, seeing this game potentially up to 1080p is going to be fantastic. The cel shading on it was already gorgeous enough, so I'm really excited to see what the final product is going to look like. Now, there's some things to take into consideration with this release. The original version of Skyward Sword essentially needed something called the Wii Motion Plus, which was an enhanced version of the original Wii Remote, and that was the only way you could really play the game. You had a nunchuck that acted as your shield, and the Wii Remote Plus acted as your sword. You move it in whatever direction you'd want to move your sword, and that's how you would play it. Now, this will work with Joy-Con, but what about for handheld gameplay, or if you wanted to just play with the Pro Controller? Well, the good news here is Nintendo is allowing you to do either one. Nintendo allows you to either use your Joy-Con the same way you used your Wii Remote and your nunchuck, or you can go the other route and use your Pro Controller or in handheld mode and use the right stick to emulate the motion that your controller would have used otherwise. So you have two options to play this game. A lot of people, not myself included, were not a fan of the motion controls. I personally liked the motion controls in Skyward Sword, but for a lot of people it was a pain point. It made it one of their least favorite Zelda games. So I'm happy they're giving players both options. If you do pick this up for the first time, I recommend trying it both ways, see what playstyle is best suited for you, and just have fun with the game. It's a fantastic Zelda game. It's honestly in my top 3 favorite Zelda games of all time. It might even be in my number 1 spot. I'd really have to think about it. It's really a fantastic story, so pick this one up if you've never played it before. Or even if you played it before, pick this one up. It's going to be great. It comes out on July 16th. But wait, there's more! On top of that, Nintendo announced a brand new pair of Joy-Con are coming on the same day, July 16th, and they are Legend of Zelda themed. And this is fantastic because they're not gold. Nintendo usually likes to make all Zelda stuff gold, but in this case, it's just gorgeous. The left Joy-Con is looking just like the Hylian shield. So it's blue, it's got that beautiful blue Hylian shield look to it. It's got the Hylian crest at the very bottom as well. And on top of that, around the buttons, there's this just gorgeous design that really accents this thing perfectly. It's fantastic. And of course, for the wrist strap, which you're going to want to use if you're playing this game in the motion control mode, it's got this nice white look to it with a blue wrist strap to it. So that's what we have, at least for the left Joy-Con. The right one is really designed after the hilt of the Master Sword. It's got that beautiful purple color that you see on the Master Sword, and once again you have the accents kind of around there as well. And at the bottom there is a Triforce. So this is an absolutely gorgeous collection. I'm thrilled that we're getting these Joy-Con. They are probably the most intricate special edition Joy-Con we've seen so far, which is, I think, saying something. So if you're a fan of Zelda, if you're a Joy-Con collector, this is definitely a no-brainer too. But there you go, two amazing things coming out on July 16th, Skyward Sword HD, and these gorgeous Joy-Con. Let me know your thoughts on both of these things down in the comments below, and let me know really if you're going to plan on picking these up. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up tonight's Nintendo Wiretap. I'll see you next time with yet another episode, but as always, until then, stay wired in. Bye guys.